What up guys, my name is BZK. Right away, thank you so much for watching this video. In today's video, I want to be talking about kind of a class build idea that I thought of the other day. I wanted to run by you guys. And what this class build is for is the Prison of Elders. Now, right away, I want to say that I have never played the Prison of Elders. I did not go to Bungie. And I'm just starting YouTube. I wouldn't go to Bungie anyway. But this is kind of like a class build set that I thought of, and I wanted to run by you guys and see what you guys think. So right away, what this whole class loadout is for is providing orb support for your team, spawning as many orbs as possible while providing, support for your team. So right away, we'll jump into all of this. There's only two, maybe three perks that are making or breaking in this class. So all this extra stuff, all this other stuff is really on preference. Your grenade, your jump, your, whether you want blessing or weapons, that's all preference. Your melee, Gift of the Light would probably be the best thing to go in this class build, but again, War Machine or Unbreakable is another viable option, but I just chose to go with Gift of Light. But Titan Codex, you know, these are, you know, these are preference. It's just how you play and how you use the class. But for me, I want my attributes to kind of look like this, where my armor is all the way, or not all the way, but it's more than my recovery and my agility, because I want to take a little bit more hits. And for my agility, I don't want it to be all the way low to where I'm just slow as a rock, because from the looks of it, from the stream that we all watched, it looks like it gets incredibly chaotic, and you want to stay mobile, you want to stay agile, you want to keep moving. So I don't want my agility all the way low. But again, that's just how I play. It's all on how you guys play and what you guys prefer. So the first of the two perks that make or break this class is right here. Gift of the Void being the first. As Ward of Dawn takes damage from enemy fire, it creates additional orbs of light. Now when you use your Ward of Dawn, I think it spawns 2 orbs anyway. And with this perk on, I think you get, I'm not exactly sure what the cap is, but I know you get at least 5 orbs. I think you generate the 2 orbs from using it, and then either 3 more from enemy fire or 5 more from enemy fire. I'm not sure. I know it's at least 5 extra orbs, or 5 total orbs. Excuse me. So Gift of the Void is incredibly useful because not only will your allies be getting blessing or weapons depending on what you choose, but also they'll be getting 5 extra or 5 orbs to help them with their super, which in turn helps you with your super because they're just going to be generating more orbs for you, and then it's just, a vicious cycle, if you will, of just super after super after super. So that's why I chose Gift of the Void over Relentless and Bastion. Now, Bastion is another viable option, but again, the whole point of this build is to provide as many orbs for your team as possible. Now, the second perk out of the two that make or break this class is actually Iron Harvest. I know a lot of you either opt to go for Untouchable, which gives you a little bit more armor, as you can see, and reduces the cooldown time of your Ward of Dawn, which is obviously a really good thing. But the Iron Harvest is one of the most important things to have in this whole class, and I'm about to explain that in a sec. Now, Illuminated, it's good and everything. I think with Weapons of Light, you get an extra like 20 or 25% extra weapon damage or something like that, which is nuts for Destiny. That is crazy good. Now, don't get me wrong, all of these are valuable options, but for this specific build, you want Iron Harvest, and the reason why is because your exotic armor piece is going to be the Ruined Wings. Heavy ammo drops more often, contains more ammo in each drop. Now, if a lot of you, which I'm assuming a lot of you have, if a lot of you have a piece of armor that allows you to carry more heavy weapon ammo, those two work perfectly together, as you could probably imagine. Now, with Ruined Wings on, you want to have a heavy weapon that has surplus on it. This is probably the most important part of the whole class next to Iron Harvest. You want, and what made me think of this was, I got the corrective measure and it had surplus on it, and I've never, really used a heavy weapon with surplus before. So I went into strikes just to, try it out, and holy fucking shit, you get so many heavy ammo drops. It's crazy. So I could only imagine what it would be like with Ruined Wings and Surplus. I think your heavy weapon would be your new primary, if I'm, just being completely honest. And every single kill, or not, okay, maybe not every single kill, but kills with your heavy weapon with Iron Harvest on have a chance to create orbs of light for your enemies. And the beautiful thing about it is, hopefully, with your class, you're in a position like a more passive position versus an aggressive position. So the orbs that you spawn will be right on you. And, hopefully you're by your team, so your team doesn't have to go too far to get the orbs, and they don't have to get too far to get inside of your Ward of Dawn, whether you choose Blessing or Weapons. So the orbs that you do spawn are right on you, and you should be near your allies to help them pick up the orbs faster. So this is kind of a class build I thought of. By no means is this the best class build to use. Like I said, this is speculation. This is something that I have fun doing, and I just wanted to run it by you guys. Now, real quick, you can see that my intellect, discipline, and strength are not where they should be. My for this class, I feel like you'd want to have your intellect and your strength as high as possible, because your nade, I mean, let's be honest. Without the magnetic grenade, the Defender Titan grenades are pretty much useless. I think suppressor grenade I've never actually honestly used, but I think it's more for PvP, because I've heard a lot of people will throw this grenade and they'll stop people from using like their Nova Bomb, or their Blade Dancer or something, which I think is kind of funny. And then Spike Grenade, it doesn't last long enough to warrant its use. I've used the Spike Grenade before just to see what it does, and it it's not fast enough, or long enough, sorry, and B, the enemy has to be within a certain radius of it to be effective, kind of like the Solar Grenade from the Sunsinger. So the Magnetic Grenade is probably the way to go, and this is a build that I think might be pretty helpful, but again, it's all preference as far as all these perks go. But as long as you have Gift of the Void, Iron Harvest, Ruin Wings, and then any heavy weapon with Surplus, you should be good to go. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it, entertaining, informative, educational, and let's see if we can aim for 5 likes. Not 10, not 100, not 2,000, not 5,000. Let's say we can get 5 likes. That would be absolutely terrific. Guys, thank you so much for watching. YouTube, motherfucking peace.